Hello there, MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we're going to play some Frostbite. We're going to keep it chill and filled with unnecessary puns this live, just letting you know, as we're going to be featuring ASHE's Challengers. ASHE's Challengers is my most recent deck. I built this in my stream yesterday, and it's a deck that I've been using to climb the upper parts of Platinum rank. We're very close to Diamond, as we'll try to push up our rank a little bit more in today's live recording session. So we're going to be featuring this deck right here. What is ASHE's Challengers? It is a Freljord Noxus deck. I'm going to explain why I combined these two colors in a bit. Built around ASHE. ASHE is a 4-mana champion that has not seen as much play as other champions, which is why I was seeing a lot of people asking me to showcase her. And she's a very good champion, actually. She has a bit of an underwhelming stat line, considering she's a pretty aggressively oriented champion. The 3 health can really be detrimental, as she can go down to blockers rather easily. But the 5 attack is, for obvious reasons, really good. 5 is pretty high, but also has the perk of enabling us to search for ASHE with Babbling Burk, which I'm pretty sure is an intended synergy. And yeah, ASHE is really interesting. Whenever she attacks, she frostbites the strongest enemy. The fact that it's the strongest enemy is a very big deal, as we're able to significantly weaken the opponent's defenses this way, as they can't block with their beefiest unit, right? And this also has some very big implications when it comes to our challenger aspect of this deck, which I'll dive into in a second. You have to frostbite 5 or more enemies to level up ASHE, which is a pretty easy thing to do with this particular build and most decks that are properly built around her. And then you create a crystal arrow the next round. Now, this is badly worded. Hopefully Riot fixes this, because this leads you to believe that you're going to be creating this crystal arrow aside from your regular draw at the beginning of the round. But that's not true. What you're actually doing is you're placing crystal arrow at the top of your deck, and you're drawing it next round. That's exactly what's happening, which is counterintuitive to what this says. So hopefully they look into that. Regardless, Crystal Arrow is this card right here. This card would be absolutely busted if it actually existed in the card pool. And you could slap 3 copies of it in your deck, because it's very overpowered for 2 mana. Even though it's a slow spell, you're frostbiting not only an enemy, but also all enemies with 3 or less health as well, and drawing a card on top of that, which can enable us to use this as a very potent way to finish off the game with ASHE's leveled up version, as this is the main reason why we want to be playing this champion. The last line right here: enemies with 0 power cannot block, which means when ASHE levels up and she frostbites the strongest enemy is not allowed to block, and any other enemy that's frostbitten or has 0 power to begin with will not be able to stop our attacks. And that is the main way we're aiming to finish our games here, through ASHE. Getting a solid board state, frostbiting our opponent's board, and just powering through the defenses and hitting our opponent's nexus directly. So you can build ASHE, or you can include ASHE in several different decks. You can try control with frostbite mechanics. You can go even more aggressive. We're taking a mid-range approach, and we're mixing Freljord with Noxus for one big reason, which I'll get to in a bit. But the main thing, like when it comes to the Freljord aspect of this deck, is to combine ASHE, and the frostbite effects, which we have in the form of Brittle Steel, Flash Freeze, Harsh Winds as our burst spells, and then stuff like Icy Yeti. We combine this with challengers. We have the Rime Fang Wolf, which is perhaps the MVP of this deck. A 3-mana 3/2 with Challenger, which says when I strike a unit with 0 power, I kill it, which is really good offensively to take down the opponent's threat, and also defensively. This deck really plays some heavy mind games on the opponent as they're trying to engage into combat, unless they have elusives, because they have to worry about this thing just killing whatever creature I want if I have a frostbite in my hand. So it's really, really powerful. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, regardless of whether they're trying to attack or they're defending. This guy enables us to pick down the opponent's threats, and as long as we apply a frostbite on them, we can keep them alive, first of all, because they won't be hitting us for any damage, and regardless of their health stat, they will be dying. He's also a natural counter to Braum, which is a very popular popular champion in ranked, as Braum has 0 attack initially, and Rime Fang Wolf will immediately kill him. So the idea is to have challengers like that, Trifarian Glory Seeker, which I do have over the Stalking Wolf because of the 5 attack, which enables us to have a bit of a better match against Control, even though Control is a dreadful matchup. As this is more of an anti-meta deck. What I mean by anti-meta is this deck is aiming to capitalize on creature-based decks that are pretty prevalent on the ladder right now, and this includes the Spider aggro decks, and predominantly the Elusive decks. The Elusive matchup is really good because we can Frostbite them as they try to attack and deal damage to us, and we can finish off their elusive threats with our challengers as we also proceed to Frostbite them so we can pick them off again and again. So, we have, an early game comprised of Omen Hawk, just because this card is really solid in general, and there's a lot of creatures that benefit from the up stat line of this thing. Avros' Sentry, Iceveil Archer as a source of Frostbite, which is really good because he has 3 attacks, so he can trade into fearsome creatures, which makes him extremely potent against spiders. This guy is especially good against spiders. Even if he does die to Vile Feast, he's still really solid because he can trade into Elise, which is really important. And that's basically the Frostbite challenger portion of this deck. But like I said, the reason why I mixed this bad boy with Noxus is not because of Culling Strike, which is what you may think, as Culling Strike is an amazing card in Frostbite for obvious reasons. We can kill any unit with 3 or less power, so with this plus any sort of Frostbite effect or spell, we can basically kill whatever creature we want for just 3 mana, which is incredibly efficient. But no, that's not the reason why we're playing Noxus. We're playing Noxus because of Katarina. You may have been seeing this card in the deck list and have wondered what she's doing here. Katarina is one of the most fascinating champions in the game for me, and an absolute menace in this particular build. I think people really misunderstand this champion and think that she just only belongs in aggro-based decks, which is not true at all. I think she really shines in a mid-range shell like this one, or perhaps a stun deck as well, because Frostbite and stun effects only last 1 round, right? What Katarina does with her rally ability is she exacerbates these effects by enabling us to attack multiple times. So we're not looking at Katarina only as a finisher here, which she very well can be, especially when combined with Ashe, which is the initial idea of this deck. Ashe is an ability to enable us to bypass blockers who are frostbitten, and Katarina, giving us multiple attacks every turn, is an excellent way to ensure that we can end the game, and it's the prime reason why she's here. But she's also here because us getting multiple attacks is our main way of removing the opponent's board state. Because if we get multiple attacks with our Rimefang Wolf and our Trifarian Glory Seeker, who are challengers, onto opposing frostbitten creatures, we can basically pick off their board as we're pushing for damage as well. This synergy is outstanding, and is the reason why I love this deck and I love playing with it. It's really strong, it's really fun, and it's incredibly efficient against the matchups that we're geared for. But again, because we're highly dependent on the opponent having creatures and us interacting with them this way, when we're facing a control deck that is mainly comprised of reactive cards, our matchup really dwindles, right? Which is why we're running Captain Farron as a one-off. This is basically our game plan against control. We try to deal as much damage as possible with our early curve, get them low, so that we can play Captain Farron and quite literally decimate them to death. Like that's the plan. It doesn't always work. It's not the best game plan, but I couldn't really be as efficient as I am against those matchups without, I can't sacrifice a bunch of the things that I have just to make my matchup against control better. It's just something that we have to accept. Control and slower decks in general are a bit of a hassle for us to deal with, but the other matchups are more than fine. And most importantly, this deck is just an absolute blast to play. So hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay that I got for you. Also, big shout outs to Rhymed Tusk Shaman, perhaps one of the strongest decks in this deck and in Frostbite synergies in general. I really, really like this card, and hopefully, I get to showcase her as well. And that's all I gotta say, man. Hopefully you enjoy the games. Have a soul day. Subscribe for more daily Legends of Runeterra content. I will keep them daily. It's free. So if you want to see some cool deck ideas and just some gameplay from me, then you can just, subscribe and watch more. And that will be the end of my self-promotion. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. And it seems like we're going to be getting an elusive matchup right off the bat. Whenever you see, Freljord and Ionia with Zed and Braum, that tends to mean they're playing the Mentor to buff those, and they're playing Elusives as well. So that's, like I said, an ideal matchup for us to showcase, this synergy here. We have Katarina and Ashe in our opening hand alongside the Rhyme Tusk Shaman. I am actually, the thing is, what am I missing here? I'm actually going to keep this hand. I'm missing some challengers, right? But I'm bound to draw some eventually, and this Omen Hawk is fantastic to lead off with, and Shaman is definitely a card that we look forward to playing in this matchup, for sure.
You'll soon understand my methods.
I will very gladly trade my bird with the old man because I, unlike my opponent, don't plan on bouncing my bird. So I will gladly exchange these two. That's also a chump blocker for my Trifarian Glory Seeker that I really want to get rid of, right? You know, we could expect Green Glade Duo here. Yeah. To be expected. We flow 2 mana. We're drawing a bit of our late game here. I may as well get Katarina in.
No going back.
Let us get going.
Quick as the blade.
There's Braum.
Help is underway.
We're giving Braum 3 damage, but we want to level up Katarina. Like, Katarina is
Never know what kills.
an early, like, loss of tempo sort of investment, but now we have this monster in our hand that can just enable us to rally and have our attack phase happen both at our opponents and our turn as well. We draw the Trifarian Glory Seeker,
That's my resting phase.
which is fine. I don't want to play Ashe into a Braum. I think I'm willing to take this hit. I think playing Ashe is the best here. What's her best line of play? I'm gonna let him attack. He may have some buff effects. We take a big hit. Regardless, we're gonna be dropping Ashe now.
All the world on one arrow.
You can see the Demacian border from here.
Alright. So it was basically thinking for playing that or not. Rhyme Fang. Rhyme Fang works pretty damn well here. Right now, it's so, like, the frost effect is so random though. That's the big issue we're facing here. The frost effect is very, very random. And Braum is also a problem. I'm basically going to play the Rhyme Fang here. And then I'm going to aim to drop the Trifarian Glory Seeker as well. With the Trifarian Glory Seeker, thanks to the Omen Hawk's buff, I can just hit Braum here and kill him. But that's why I want to play the Rhyme Fang first, because I want to see if he reacts with anything. Okay, now we play you.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Yeah, like that's so key. You know, our Omen Hawk's buff matched the, I like to call Senpai buff, and now we're going to be able to. Yeah, yeah. Your Braum is dying, buddy. And now because of that summon, it's gonna be guaranteed one of these two. I mean, I for one, 100% want to do this. When it comes to these two, maybe I don't need to target them right now. Maybe what I can just do is just get rid of one of these. Yeah, and hold on to Ashe, because I don't want to trade Ashe into one of these, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be patient in that sense. Beautiful. Beautiful. Getting rid of the 2 of those. And we have Harsh Winds as backup. Okay, there's the Stalking Wolf. Again, we have Harsh Winds, so we're ready. We're ready for his attack. It's just a matter of executing things right. By attacking, like, one of the things we gotta watch out with Ashe is her low health stat. We haven't really been able to progress her Frostbite. Okay. Okay. I see you, big dog. We have like all the chump blockers we need, so we're gonna pass here, and because we're gonna be needing to use Harsh Winds here, 100%. The way he's approaching this, if he attacks with the Sentry, I will definitely trade one of the rabbits into it because these rabbits are actually annoying. They're taking up space.
Order rewards its faithful. Let's move.
Let's see what he challenges. Makes sense. I think I can definitely play with my... Yeah. This seems risky because I'm going down to 2 health here. But I believe I can afford to do this. Because we like to live on the limit, ladies and gentlemen. We're not playing this. We're floating our mana. Alright.
As the arrow flies, face me. You're mine. Face me.
Look out for reavers. Light the signal fires. Rom is on the job.
Never play fair.
Now we play Katarina again. So we can hunt that down too.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
Aberrosans, stand together.
To the point.
We're gonna attack here again.
You are safe with Rom.
The time is right. Strike now.
And we get to evolve with this Ashe. I want to keep Ashe on the board. I want to keep momentum, so I'm gonna be dealing with that.
Alert the village.
Hang on, sir.
As the Rhyme Fang here is just continuously dealing with that. Katarina comes back, and now we can deal with his board on his attack phase and my attack phase. Alright, it sucks that we're gonna have to be using our harsh winds so quickly. But
I know a way.
Let the bloodshed begin.
we're going for another attack here. We have to find Frost. And our last slot.
Get going.
Like, you can't block with this. So I may as well kill that.
Aberrosans.
Even though 6, 10, 11, 12, I could just go for the kill here. I could just go. He needs a buff here. Like, he dies unless he. Yeah. Got him. Because normally if you're facing Demacia, you gotta be wary of like them just going for buffs, right? And then enabling their attackers again when you have Ashe leveled up. But because I was facing Freljord and Ionia, that was actually checkmate. You guys saw the power of Katarina with Ashe, like those two champions. That game was an excellent way to start this live recording, because that's the reason why I've been ranking up with this deck, because I've been feeding on these elusive matchups. I can take their hits early on, but then I start picking down their threats one by one, and with Katarina I get 2 attacks per turn to do that, and then I just finish them. That was pretty sick. I like how that game went. So alright, on to the next one. Sonic Holik. He has no champions, so I assume this is yet another elusive matchup. We don't need Captain Farron in this matchup at all. I like double Rhyme Fang Wolf. This is like the star card, and that's an excellent card to mulligan into. Omen Hawk, obviously we want to play it turn 1 whenever we can, and Rhyme Fang Wolf is just absolute MVP in this deck, especially in this matchup. That's a nice draw as well. Hi there. This is most likely going to deter him from attacking, so Omen Hawk preventing some early damage. And also, you know, getting some good stats going on for us. Let's see what we get off of him. Next turn, unless we draw a 2-drop next, we won't be able to really do anything, but that's fine. We float some mana for a potential Calling Strike. This thing is threatening because it is going to obtain Challenger soon. And that means it can challenge one of my Rhyme Fang Wolves, which is a bit of an issue, not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to like try to navigate a little bit around that. I'm going to attack because there's no way in hell this man is blocking a 1-1 with a 2-1 that has challenger. There, senpai. And so it begins. We are going to be passing here. We have to wait for them to go for an attack. Icy Eddy is, you know, not ideal right now. Like, it could definitely be a bomb later down the line, but we really have to stabilize first. We have a bit of an awkward hand going on. Now, here's the thing. Do I Coaling Strike this?
I will play my part.
I think so.
Master.
I like this brittle steel. I could play Ashe, but I think I'd rather play the Rhymefang Wolf. Yeah. Because that means if my opponent wants to drop, you know, get cheeky and drop an elusive unit now, he won't be able to. And one of the key things that you guys gotta notice when playing these challenges, especially in this matchup, is a lot of times it's okay not to go for the attack. The challenger mechanic plays some heavy mind games on your opponent. What I mean by this is that my opponent may have, for example, like a very key elusive unit, or, okay, I was gonna say Zed, but he's not playing Zed. He could have whatever. The key thing here is I'm not going to block. He's buffing something a lot. So I'm still gonna pass. The reason why I'm passing here, there you go, is precisely because of that. Because now that he's played that, you can Frostbite it and eliminate it. The problem is these trackers will trade with my wolves. Unless my opponent decides to play a creature first because he wants to get an attack off here. The rivers. Alright. There's no actual point in me dropping the archer right now. Because he's got 2 trackers, which means he will be able to get this trade. I can, however, frost that. Is that my best play? Because I could Harsh Winds as well. Harsh Winds could be legit here. He definitely wants to attack with the tracker. I need my Rhymefang Wolf. I need to play, no matter what I do, I want to play my Rhymefang Wolf here.
A true Freljordian welcome.
I'm gonna frost this, prevent some damage. And also, the reason why I'm playing this archer is because I want to bait the 2 trackers. I want the 2 trackers to go in. I want these challengers out of the board. Because they're challenging my challengers, and we can't have that. Because I want a free zone for Rhymefang Wolf here. And that will definitely trade into one of these. Get these pesky little 1/1s out of there. This clears up the board quite a bit, which is very important. Because now we play our Rhymefang. And next turn we play Ashe. We have a total of 8 mana.
I will unite the Freljord.
This attack can be halted if my opponent develops a solid blocker for Ashe, which is easy. Like, I kind of wish Ashe had a bit of a different stat line, even though her 5 attack makes her really great with Babbling Brook, like, because I can fish for her with that 4-drop. You know, the old man, in case you're wondering. But the 3 health is such a detriment a lot of the times, because she's very easy to block, and it makes attacking with her to enable the Frostbite difficult at times. But this is definitely something I'll take.
Swiftly now.
How did that move go?
Alright. definitely something I should have considered. I forgot I'm facing Demacia. You remember what I said like last game?
Laurents are born with blades in hand.
May as well prevent a little bit of damage. I don't necessarily want to frostbite this. I'll take the 5 hit from it. Like I want to really hold on to these freezes. Yeah, not having frostbite backup was definitely like maybe that attack. The fact that he passed there was kind of telling. Like maybe my yeah. Like I should have thought about that a little bit better.
Uncle, it is good to see.
Got to rely on the power of these Yetis. I'm not sure about that second Yeti, but I really do want to stop. Yeah, I'm not sure about that Yeti, honestly. Like, I don't have Ashe on the board. Probably not correct.
I pity you. By the strength of our convictions,
All right.
our allies did not fall in vain.
Babbling Burke is a solid
They cannot strike what they cannot see.
solid top deck here.
These figures tombstones. Strike for the back.
I can take this hit for now. Like I'm gonna hold on to my flash freezes.
Victory requires a sharp blade. I'll cut them apart. You're mine.
You gotta believe me.
I'm gonna declare this attack first.
This will not take long.
Do not forget a disgrace.
Even though I would like to keep the Trifarian Glory Seeker.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey, these old eyes still see far and clear.
I want to keep as many frostbites as I can because I need to stay alive here. Katarina is the kind of shit I want to see. I want to deny the health gain. Play Katarina
Never play fair.
and really go for the kill here.
Gotta believe me.
That block is fine. I'm not sure if he understands how Katarina will work here.
Where are you going?
I sense fear.
Yeah, I want this to die. Let's do this.
Hang on, Cern.
Nice. Because of the quick attack, she will return to me before. You didn't realize. I knew he was making a mistake there. Alright, Katarina again. Let's get that Rhyme Fang Wolf in there. Like right now I'm gonna keep it like this because if he doesn't block, he just dies. So I don't have to show my frostbites until he declares blockers.
This isn't part of the training.
Like right now he dies here. So I'm going to I'm gonna threaten lethal here first. Got him. Got him! Katarina for the win. That was clean. You guys think, cause I could frostbite the big unit, right? Because my Ryan Fan kills it. But the thing is, the thing about this, just so you guys understand what's going on here, like, this is where the initiative system is very important. My opponent is going to be blocking with a life linker that's going to keep him alive. If I first frostbite that, I don't care about dealing with his biggest threat because I'm killing him with the rest of my board. I force him to go for a buff, which is very capable as Demacia, right? So then I wait for that and then I frostbite something. That's why I didn't frostbite initially either, because my opponent has to declare blockers to survive. Normally, if you attack, a lot of times you want to frostbite beforehand because your opponent doesn't necessarily, you know, have to block at all. But in that case, I was representing lethal, so I had to take my time, declare attacks first, wait for his blockers, represent lethal, you know, put him in a check position like in chess, have him do something, and then react to that. And Katarina just goes to show, like, Katarina is amazing. There's so many decks that I want to build around her. I think she's a monster. It's just, she's not easy to pilot, and she's also not, like, she needs support. Like, I believe stuns will also work well with her, but I gotta dwell into that more. But man, I really, really like that champion. Alright. It seems it's time for aggro. This is the first time that I see Elise with Zed in the same deck. That's really intriguing. For this matchup, I definitely don't want Captain Farron. I don't know how I feel about the Avarosan Sentry either, considering... I mean, he's good enough. He's a good blocker, right? The problem is, Spider decks love Fearsome, so Avarosan Sentry actually becomes a bit of a liability as a blocker there. But because this guy's playing Zed, he may have a bit of a mix going on here. Definitely expect the 1-drop, though. Like, against the deck with these two champions, I'm definitely expecting a 1-drop. Oh, or okay, or not. Alright. I'll take it. Ooh, I could have drawn you last turn, but I don't mind. I can play you now. I mean, no, I can just drop you.
These old eyes.
Still see far and clear. He could be baiting me here. Or he could... okay. Let's try to think what he could potentially have that's making him think here, right? Let's... When somebody takes... Okay, so what do we think he has there? I would bet my opponent has a... What's the Vile Feast? Is the name of the card? Vile Feast. I think he has a Vile Feast. Which is why he took his time there. I'm going to go ahead and get a hit off on him. No reason not to get 2 damage here. We don't have a challenger anyways. If we have a challenger, then we can always... you know, pass and play that first. Like, I play differently when I draw a challenger. But here, right now, we just go for the hit.
Silent as death.
Alright. Now we play this. And we pass, because that way we can float the spell mana, since we're not going to be... you know, chump blocking that elusive unit, so no reason to drop a second Avarosan Sentry as of right now. We'll take 2 damage. 2 damage is fine, considering I think I'm facing an aggro deck. We're gonna pass here. We're gonna wait to see what he does. There's the Vile Feast. All right, we get to draw a card here, which is nice. Look at that. And this is something that I definitely want to be playing here. The buff from the Omen Hawk is absolutely massive here, because it means we survive a black spear. It sucks that he has a spider to chump block with, but, you know, what you gonna do? We're gonna pass here. Keep our floated mana in case we need to flash freeze. I like that Yeti as well. Yeti really shines in these aggro matchups, even though he's a 7-drop. I would love to just frost this. Just play the Ice Veil Archer.
A chill in the air.
A chill in the air. Because this way, he can't chump block. Well, he can, right? But it's not going to be trading into any of my units here. Let's see what he does. A Vengeance. Definitely not what I was expecting. Not much we can do there.
Continue without me.
Alright. Let's play Sentry then.
Nothing escapes my watch.
And go for 5 damage.
Arrows at the ready.
If he wants to chump block with the spider, that's fine, but it will not trade into my 3-1. Yeah, right. We get some nice clean damage on him there. I like that Culling Strike. I like that Culling Strike a lot. I also like this Icy Yeti. This could be a pretty powerful play. But obviously, we want this with Ashe, right? But this also enables Ashe to level up. So right now, we're just chilling. Pun intended. I'm going to block this into that. I want to get that chump blocker out of the way. And I don't know about you, but I like... Black Spear is threatening. I don't like this side of Black Spear here. I'm going to pass. There's no reason to play Shaman right now anyways. Let's... I mean, Yeti is promising, but we could also be looking at a Ruination. Like, I don't know why you would play Ruination with these two champions. It wouldn't make much sense, but I've seen a lot of weird stuff in the ladder, so I'm not taking any chances. I'm going for an attack here, right? Yeah. Just going for an attack. He doesn't really want to trade into any of these, so I may as well aim for 5 damage. Yeah, 5 damage is a lot of damage. Like, he's below 10. He's getting low and low. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to play the Shaman now.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Even though Ruination could happen. Okay, I know what's happening here. I know what's happening here. He's gonna be playing this with that. How do we mitigate this? There's no real way. So he's basically gonna play the mark, and he's gonna take the ephemeral away from this and gonna add it on to her. But the death mark. But there's not really much I can do about this. So it is what it is. I guess that's what he was waiting for.
They cannot hide.
If it's a fight they want,
I'm gonna play Rhyme Fang here. Ho ho ho! The big guns, huh? Very interesting. I kind of want to hold on to this Yeti, because this Yeti is what really gets me. Why not play Yeti now, though? What's the downside here? Yeah, I like Yeti. It trades with the Empyrean, and I can use Rhyme Fang to just finish off the Scourge right now. Let's see what this is. Okay, so he is playing Ruination in a deck with Zed and Elise. All right.
light the signal fire.
Without a sound.
All right, so back to the drawing board.
These are dangerous lands. Up there in the mountains!
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
I probably should have played. I should have played this one. I played that a little bit too quickly.
I go unseen.
Black Spear, because Black Spear can kill this.
Ice runs in our veins.
You gotta believe me!
I kind of just want to get the hit off here. I don't want to overcommit when my opponent is playing Ruination.
The frost reveals all to me.
Alright, there's Katarina. Very, very important. We have to play this right, though. I want to play Trifarian Glory Seeker. I'm not going to commit the second Shaman until he commits more creatures into the board himself.
Victory requires a sharp.
He's played 2 Vile Feast already, which makes the odds of him having another one less likely. I'd love to play Katarina here, but I have to be smart about this.
Sends chills up my spine.
For glory, you are mine.
All right.
Remember me.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Should have definitely should have expected Rasa, definitely. Does he even play more Ruinations? Like, is that to be expected? I'm not sure, but honestly, like I need to find a way to basically get, like, I need to play Katarina in here. I'm gonna play Babbling Burke.
Tall as a mountain and covered in ice.
All right, Ashe, who will evolve now, level up. Sorry. Okay, this is really intense.
Never.
I'm gonna play Katarina because I have 2 of them.
No going back.
All right.
Sends chills up my spine.
Do we expect a second Ruination?
My aim is true. I will unite the Freljord.
All right.
Shatter them.
Let's go for the kill.
I am the blade in the darkness.
Show them the way.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, all right, all right.
The frost reveals all to me.
Right, he's getting low. We have the crystal arrow here. He is Ionia, so he could have deny. He could have deny, which, like, that's the thing. Like, most of our deck just doesn't really care about that. Okay, let's go for this. There's the deny. There's the deny. All right. All right. We can take the hit. The more attackers we have, the better. We'll take the hit.
Ice runs.
Especially if you had like another Rasa there. All right, here we go. 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 For the kill.
No
for the kill. Hey! Oh, baby! Nice! Oh, that was intense. That's... Wow, we got a nice streak on this recording. Not bad. Oh, we're getting close. Squeeze, so close to diamond. Oh, I'm probably going to grind for there after this video. Hell yeah! Oh, that's a long live. Alright, let's actually open that crest. Oh, really happy with how that game went. That was intense. The Rasas hit us pretty hard. Generally speaking, control decks are a very poor matchup for this deck. I explained that in the deck tech. It's tough, man. It's definitely tough. Even though we have Captain Farron for it, pure control builds are difficult for us to really overpower because of our lack of speed, but it can be done. It can be done, and you know, that matchup was nice. And we got a wild card and Draven's biggest fan with a fake mustache. I love it. Alright, I think we showcased both Ashe and Katarina well today, so happy about that. Really like this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the games. Have a soul day. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content from your favorite or second favorite fake Brazilian card boy. I gotta stop saying that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a soul day. I'll see you tomorrow.